Hello everyone. By popular request, we're going to do a NASSP installation tutorial. This is the Saturn V that you see me fly. So you're going to go over to this installation guide here, orbiterforum.com/threads/NASSP8 installation guide.36801. I'll put that down in the description. You'll need to make sure that you have your Visual Studio 2017 redistributable and the proper DirectX runtime. It's extremely likely that you do have them, but just in case you don't, you can follow these links here. To get Orbiter Beta, the repository SVN is no longer maintained, so come over to this alternate link here and simply just click go to download and just find a spot that's good on your computer. Orbiter is contained entirely with a folder. There are no installers or anything like that. So pick a spot that you want your core directory to be at, and that will be good enough. After you've done that, come down to this link here and scroll down past Orbiter core package. You're going to want to go to Download Mirror 1, Europe. It's the last one that still works. And from here, you're going to want to get the Earth textures and the Moon textures. Once you've done that, you can get the D3, D9 client. This allows Orbiter to interface with DirectX on your computer. Simply click the link and click download like before. And once you've done that, you can come over to the files. Here we have our Earth textures, our Moon textures, and the first thing we're going to do is extract the Orbiter Beta. So we'll make a new folder and we'll just call it Orbiter Beta, sure. And we'll just move that here and simply just extract all. And wait for that to run. Once that's done, the file will open, and I did just notice that it did make us an actual root folder. So here we'll bring that out to here and then just delete that. Now what we need to do is just follow the next step here, which is unzipping the D3D9 client into Orbiter Beta. So simply open that, and you can take all of these files and then just we'll just snip that and then come into Orbiter Beta and then just paste into the root directory. And then replace all files. Once that's done, it is very, very important now to get the textures installed. So let me just remember if this is textures 1 or textures 2. It looks like it's going to be textures 1, but I did forget. You do also need to come to Orbiter download and do actually get the core package, and there is a reason for that. We'll just open that up. Let's get the core package, and we're going to use the zip installer and not the MSI installer, and we're going to recommend using HTTP. I always recommend it. I don't trust torrents. And so once that is finished installing, I will be right back with you guys then. Also, remember that I forgot to transition, so let me just walk through that again. You have to come to the same place we got the high-res textures, and just come to the Europe download for the core package, and then the zip installer here. HTTP download is what I always go with. There we go. Now I will be back when this is finished downloading. All right, yes. We've got it downloaded. We're back. So once you have your regular orbiter downloaded, now what you need to do is you need to go into the regular orbiter. And actually what we can do is we can open a new tab, a nifty feature in Windows. Come down to textures, and we're going to take everything that's a planet. So Callisto, Deimos, Dione, Earth, Enceladus, Europas, Ganymede, Iapetus, Io, Jupiter, Mars, Mimas, the Moon, Phobos, Rhea, Tethys, and Vesta. And we are going to take all of these out, and we're going to move them into the Orbiter Beta Textures folder. We can see there's no planets here, which is why we have to move them. So simply just paste. Well, hold on. Let's cancel. Cancel that. We have to actually move these outside of the zip file first. Hey, Borgia. Of course it is going to. Let's just cancel. Cancel. I would love to know why it thinks me not to have access. Let's just try extracting. Missed the days when you could take individual files out. But yeah. So we'll amend. Extract your orbiter 2016 to the to wherever you'd like it. And the reason we need to do this is there are textures that we need to take from the regular orbiter 2016. And this will give us directories for the high resolution Earth and Moon textures that we downloaded individually, so that we have a place to put them. And we also need the regular textures for everything else. There's no reason why we would get the high textures for anything other than the Earth and the Moon, because the Saturn only goes between the Earth and the Moon. So we've done that. Now once that's done, we can come into here, come into textures, and same thing as before. We'll take Earth, Enceladus, Europa, Ganymede, Lapetus, Io, Jupiter, Mars, Mimas, Moon, Phobos, Rhea, and Tethys. And we're going to snip them into the textures folder of our R90. Paste. Now let's go to delete that. The moon textures. Snip those right out. Come over to the moon, archive, paste, and replace. Delete that. Now the next thing we need to do is install the micro textures. So we'll come to micro textures. We will extract. Now we have our extracted micro textures folder. Take these, snip, come over to your orbiter beta root folder and just paste. And then replace. Now we're done with micro textures. Now we need to install D3D9. So actually we will not do that. We will extract. And once we've extracted D3D9, we don't need the zip anymore. We can take the files out of here and paste them into the orbiter folder. Once that's done, we can delete these. And now we need to come into XR sound config. So we'll extract this. And then this is our config for orbiter beta for specifically the Saturn V rocket. And now we need to extract the regular XR Sound 2.0 folder. Now we can delete that zip file. Now we come into XR Sound, snip all of this out, and paste it into orbiter beta. Now we can delete that folder and then come into here, snip these out, come into orbiter beta, XR sound, and paste them right in. And that is it for the installation process. Now there's a few settings that need to be changed. So in order to, anytime you'll be running this, you'll need to use orbiter NG. So not the red one, you'll need to run the blue one. It's very, very important. And you may also have to, of course, go into properties and actually unblock. There we go. Windows 11 blocks every file downloaded on the internet now, so you have to go into the properties and check the unblock thing. But once you launch, you'll be greeted with something that looks like this. Now what we want to do is come into modules, enable D3, D9, enable XR sound, DirectX external MFD, regular external MFD, and once we've done that, go under video, whatever graphics card you have, go to advanced, and we'll want to enable absolute animation handling, which is going to be, let me grab that window. That right there. So you'll have this window pop up, and then just simply click enable absolute animation handling. And then change the reflection mode to full scene, like that. And once you're done with them, press OK. And now just load any of the scenarios to make sure that it works, and we'll do that sort of before we load in NASSP. So just launch any of them. You can see that there. Let it load for a while. And
welcome aboard, Commander. All systems nominal.
Forgot I didn't connect my headphones. I apologize. There we go. So if it loads up good, then you are quite all right. You can exit and exit. Now what we need to do is, and I think I accidentally deleted the NASP one, so give me 1 second to go retrieve the NASP install. Actually, we didn't get there yet. That's fine. Yes, I forgot to go through actually downloading NASP. So good for me. I'm all over the place today. I apologize. So if you're on this window, simply come over to this GitHub link, click on the first one, and you're going to need to click on this one and this one. This will give you your XR sound config files. And then this one will get you the actual NASP folder. So let's restore. There we go. Once we have our NASP folders, we can extract. And once the extracting is done, which should be about 30 more seconds, it's quite a big install. There we go. Once the extracting is done, we can delete the zip folder now. Come into here, take all of that, and paste it right into this folder, and then make sure to replace file destinations always. And we no longer need this. Once that's done, run orbiter ng again. Now we see we have the Project Apollo thing. So we'll go under modules, and we need to enable the Project Apollo MFD module. And why not? Let's also get the generic camera. Now, if we come under I believe it's this one, visual effects. Enable local light sources. You can set a celestial sphere if you would like. You can also enable specular ripples and cloud shadows if you'd like. And then we need to switch surface elevation to linear interpolation. And that is very important that we do that. And then we need to come over to the parameters tab. Damage and failure simulation, I believe, would remain off. Because NASP has its own thing, so check non-spherical gravity sources under perturbations. And then at this time, leave the rest of them gravity, torque, and atmospheric wind effects disabled. And under modules, I believe we're forgetting the RTCC-MFD. Yep, there we go. Enable RTCC-MFD. That's the real-time computer complex. Now we need to go to extra, debugging options, go to orbiter shutdown options, and then when orbiter is shut down, terminate orbiter process. This is because it's more stable to completely close out of orbiter. Instead, if you exit a scenario and rerun a scenario without completely closing, it can cause some issues. Now come to rendering options. And these are fine. Just come, oh yes, performance options, that's where it was. If you come into performance options, you need to check the box, which does say enforce font smoothing. So check that box. Now go to vessel configuration, Project Apollo configuration. And then for this, let me get that window up. So for this, smooth scrolling FDAI. If you have your controls, configure them here. Multi-threading and time acceleration. And then the maximum time acceleration, you can put anywhere between 60 to 100. I personally like 100. And click OK. This should be everything that you need to configure. And then optionally, you can download the landing site packs if you would like. Other than that, to update this installation, you would just need to download the updated version and simply extract it into the same place. If everything works, when you go to scenarios, Project Apollo, you should be able to pick anything and it'll load right up. If you get the firewall has blocked it, just click allow. It happens the first time you run any application, really. And then if it ever says not responding, just don't touch anything. It takes quite a while to load. Just let it be. Don't click, don't touch. and she'll load right up, just like that. To get inside the cockpit, you press F1. To go into 3D, you can press F8. And that's it. If the instructions are not clear, let me know. I'll make another one. If any of the windows that popped up, like extracting files or any options that were enabled without sort of you seeing them, because I didn't want to share my entire screen. If that's a problem, just let me know. And otherwise, that's everything you need. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, let me know, and then I'll just remake this instruction set. So, thank you.